Các bạn, hôm nay Tổng thống Ukraine Zelensky đến Tòa Bạch Ốc để mà đàm phán với Tổng thống Trump vấn đề chấm dứt chiến tranh ở Nga, giữa Nga và Ukraine, nhưng mà không thành ha. Sự đàm phán đó trở thành một cuộc đấu khẩu ha. Và theo Nhà Trắng nói là ông Tổng thống Ukraine không có tôn trọng Tòa Bạch Ốc cũng như là dân Mỹ ha, cho nên là trở thành là một cuộc khẩu chiến. Và theo đài Fox, đài truyền thông Fox này nói là ông Zelensky bị đuổi ngay lúc này. Xin cảm ơn các bạn.
The president has kicked Zelensky out of the White House. His delegation right now is telling him that he's got to go home. The president felt disrespected. Officials in the room felt that beyond the language barrier that we've heard some discussion about, Zelensky's body language, shrugging and eye rolling was ungrateful, disrespectful, and the president feels that Zelensky is not ready for peace and he can come back when he's ready to talk about peace, but he's not in that position right now, and Zelensky is being told he's got to go.
Và đúng ra là Tổng thống Zelensky và Tổng thống Trump sau khi ngồi ngồi họp trước truyền thông là sẽ có cái cuộc gọi là cái cuộc làm lễ ký cái thỏa thuận giữa hai nước, tức là vấn đề Ukraine sẽ giao phân nửa những cái đất hiếm quý cho Mỹ ha, tức là Mỹ sẽ có cái quyền lợi ở trong nước Ukraine. Thì cái đó có thể mình gọi là cái sự giữ an ninh an toàn cho Ukraine ha. Nhưng mà không ha, trong cái Mỹ đình này kéo dài 50 phút, khi mà đến phút 40 thì sau khi Phó Tổng thống Vance nói về vấn đề ngoại giao, nghệ thuật ngoại giao với Nga, thì ông Zelensky có vẻ chống đối rất là cực ha. Và sau đó cái khẩu chiến bắt đầu giữa ba người ha. Mình cũng nói thêm là Mỹ mấy năm nay, tức là 3 năm nay, Mỹ đã đưa cho Ukraine khoảng 350 tỷ đô ha, tức là tiền tài trợ cho chiến tranh giữa Ukraine và Nga đó, đã bỏ ra 350 tỷ đô. Trong khi đó bên Âu Châu, nguyên khối Âu Châu bỏ ra 100 tỷ đô, nhưng mà theo ông Trump đó là tiền loan, tiền mượn. Sau này Ukraine phải trả lại ha, nhưng mà Mỹ coi như là không có nhắc vấn đề phải trả lại này kia, cho nên ông ta đưa ra cái phương pháp là Ukraine đưa phân nửa những cái mỏ đất quý ở Ukraine để cách đó là cái cách đó để trả nợ, thứ hai đó là giữ an ninh cho Ukraine, tức là khi mà giao phân nửa đất hiếm cho Mỹ thì cái đó giống như là cái Mỹ sẽ có cái quyền lợi ở đó, cho nên Mỹ sẽ bảo vệ ha. Có lẽ là trong cái thỏa thuận hôm nay nhắc đến vấn đề ngoại giao với Nga, cho nên ông Zelensky của Ukraine không đồng ý ha. Và trong cái cuộc meeting hôm nay giữa truyền thông chúng ta nhìn cái body language của ông Zelensky nè, nhiều người nói là ông này không có tôn trọng nước Mỹ. Mấy bạn để ý nè, khoanh tay rồi có vẻ rất là căng ha, có vẻ không có sự tôn trọng, không có nhắc tới vấn đề biết ơn nước Mỹ này kia, vì nước Mỹ đã làm lợi cho Ukraine mấy năm nay ha, tức là nước Mỹ mấy năm nay đã đưa cho Ukraine 350 tỷ đô. Nhưng mà khi mà mỗi lần mà ông Zelensky qua Mỹ mấy năm nay là lúc mà đi về lúc nào cũng mang về mấy chục tỷ ha, có khi lên 50-60 tỷ, 100 tỷ. Nhưng mà kỳ này có vẻ là kỳ chuyến đi này về tay không ha. Và khi mà ông Zelensky này đi vào Tòa Bạch Ốc cái first impression tức là cái nhìn đầu tiên của ông Trump xem ông này có vẻ là không có tôn trọng. Thứ nhất đã nhắc nhở là phải ăn mặc đàng hoàng, nhưng mà ông này lúc nào cũng mặc đồ giống như là chuẩn bị chiến đấu. Mời mấy bạn xem lúc mà ông Zelensky gặp ông Trump đã nhắc nhở liền ha.
He's all dressed up today.
Và không chỉ ông Trump, sau đó là truyền thông cũng hỏi ông Zelensky tại sao không mặc đồ vest đi họp.
Why don't you wear a suit? Why don't you wear a suit? You're the highest level in this country's office, and you refuse to wear a suit. Just want to see if do you own a suit?
You have problems.
A lot of Americans have problems with you not
Really?
respecting
I don't
the
have
dignity of
such.
this office.
I will wear costume after this war will finish.
Okay.
Yes, maybe one.
Maybe something like this.
something like
Yes,
yours.
sir.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Maybe something better. I don't.
Và mời mấy bạn xem cuộc meeting giữa ông Zelensky và ông Trump ha, trước mặt truyền thông. Và đây là ông Trump nói vấn đề tại sao phải đàm phán với bên Nga, tức là Mỹ muốn là người đứng giữa đàm phán hai bên để mà kêu gọi hòa bình ha, chấm dứt chiến tranh. Xin mời mấy bạn. Và mình cũng nói thêm luôn là mình nghĩ là ông Zelensky ha, không muốn chấm dứt chiến tranh. Ông ta chỉ muốn Mỹ hậu thuẫn, tức là đứng sau lưng Ukraine để mà tiếp tục chiến đấu ha. Khi mà Mỹ đứng sau lưng rồi thì Ukraine có thể có tinh thần này kia, có cái điều kiện để mà chiến đấu ha. Nhưng mà ông Zelensky không muốn đàm phán với Nga. Lý do đó mà cuộc họp hôm nay không có thành công ha. Xin mời các bạn.
I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2015.
2014.
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly right.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people are been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This
a
entire
lot of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire
today.
meeting, have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet,
You haven't been alone.
in this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about
If you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards.
Thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running
I
low
know.
on soldiers. Listen,
please,
you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go, and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you what,
that
what
wasn't with me.
It
that was with
a
guy named Biden, who was not a smart person.
That was with Obama. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is, Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden, because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush And he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television, I will say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. Thanks. As you know, with President Zelensky, and I would say it didn't work out exactly great from his standpoint. I think he very much overplayed his hand. We're looking for peace. We're not looking for somebody that's going to sign up a strong power and then not make peace because they feel emboldened, and that's what I saw happening. I'm looking for peace. We're not looking to go into a 10-year war and play games. We want peace. And it was just my impression that if we do that, if we sign up, he's looking for something that I'm not looking for. He's looking to go on and fight, fight, fight. We're looking to end the death. 2,000 people died this week.
Và đó là cái nhận xét của ông Donald Trump về cái meeting hôm nay giữa Tổng thống Ukraine Zelensky và ông Tổng thống Mỹ Trump ha. Thì ông Donald Trump nói rằng là ông Zelensky muốn kéo dài chiến tranh, nhưng mà Tổng thống Mỹ, Tổng thống Trump muốn chấm dứt, muốn hòa bình ha, không muốn có sự chết chóc hàng ngày như bây giờ giữa Nga và Ukraine. Theo nhiều người đoán xét là ông Zelensky trong ngày nay hay là mấy ngày kế tiếp sẽ xin lỗi ông Tổng thống Trump cũng như là nước Mỹ ha. Vì hôm nay đến cái meeting hôm nay nè, ông ta có cái thái độ gọi là quá disrespectful ha, nghĩa là thiếu sự tôn trọng cho ông Trump cũng như là dân Mỹ ha. Đến Mỹ để mà xin sự giúp đỡ mà có cái thái độ kiểu đó coi như là xong ha, coi như là tự giết mình rồi. Và người ta đoán là trong mấy ngày kế tiếp có thể là ông ta phải xin lỗi, ông ta cằn nước Mỹ vì Âu Châu không giúp được gì cho Ukraine ha, chỉ có Mỹ. Xin cảm ơn mấy bạn đã xem video này.